Coming up, a complete guide to this year's Festival of the Arts. Today's episode of Beyond the Kingdoms is proudly sponsored by SmallWorldVacations.com, authorized Disney vacation planners. Their team of knowledgeable agents have been creating the magic for over 20 years, and they can book your next trip to Walt Disney World. Just visit their website to get a free quote. Small World Vacations, where the magic begins. Hello everyone, it's David here from Beyond the Kingdoms with my first Sunday main show for 2020. A complete guide to the Epcot Festival of the Arts. This is truly my favorite event at Epcot for the entire year. It's filled with beautiful art to enjoy, fun activities for the whole family, delicious cuisine that sometimes looks too good to eat, and spectacular entertainment. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and make sure you follow Beyond the Kingdoms across all social media platforms. But we've got lots to cover today, so let's not waste any more time and jump right in. Like always, let's start today's guide with a look at 5 fast facts about Festival of the Arts. The event will run for 39 days this year. It started just this past Friday on January 17th and will run every single day through February 24th. This is Epcot's shortest festival, but it certainly packs a punch, and remember that this is included in your normal admission ticket to Epcot. The festival will feature over 25 different Disney artists selling everything from original paintings to reproduced prints and more. For those wondering who will be featured, Disney has provided a complete list of who will be attending and samples of their work. That way you can get an idea of what to expect before you arrive. For 2020, there'll be a total of 12 food studios offering delicious cuisine around World Showcase Lagoon. There are returning favorites like Pop Eats and a sprinkle of new dishes at returning studios. A major highlight of Festival of the Arts is the Disney on Broadway concert series. This is at the American Gardens Theater at the back of World Showcase. Every night, a pair of Broadway stars take to the stage and sing classic hits from Disney's most popular stage shows. New artists this year include Leanna Hunt, Cindy Winters, and Michael James Scott. And finally, Festival of the Arts this year will also debut 3 new permanent films around Epcot. We have Awesome Planet in the Land, the first of 2 new Circle Vision films, Canada Far and Wide, and finally, the Beauty and the Beast sing-along in France. Now, as we all know, Epcot is considered the park when it comes to food. And at Festival of the Arts, not only do we get exceptional dishes around World Showcase, but they are also beautiful to look at. Disney chefs put an extra emphasis on presentation here, since visual art is a major component to the festival. But this isn't your typical Disney Instagram-worthy snacks. These are some truly elevated dishes that you would expect out of an elegant table service restaurant. So the fact that you get to enjoy these on the go is a great feature. For 2020, we don't have any new food studios coming, but a lot of fan favorites are coming back. However, the Disney chefs have revamped a lot of these returning dishes, like the vanilla rosewater and pistachio panna cotta. This was one of my favorites from last year and at the Masterpiece Kitchen by Canada. But for those looking for something new to try, 6 returning food studios will feature a few new dishes. Over in France, I'm really excited to try the warm tomato stuffed with braised ribs. Sounds very interesting to me. Over in Italy at L'Arte de Mangiare, there's a whole new menu that includes a salad with poached shrimp, a chicken drumstick stuffed with ricotta cheese, and a Prosecco mousse with strawberries. That one sounds very yummy to me. Over in Mexico at El Artista Hambriento, there's a new pork belly caramelized with agave. Really curious to see how that one tastes. For a full list of all the menus at the Food Studios, I've got a link in the description box below, and of course, you can sign up to receive my special pocket guide, which will give you all the pricing and highlight some of my favorites. And of course, later this week, I'll have my Foodie Friday video, which will highlight some of my favorite new dishes. And for all my Patreon members out there, you'll get an exclusive extended edition of this Foodie Friday video on the same day, so make sure you go and check it out. Now I have one final note here when it comes to dining at the festival, and that's over in Canada. New for 2020, Le Cellier will offer brunch on the weekends for the very first time. I've actually never dined at this signature restaurant, so I decided to take the plunge and book brunch. I'll have a full review of that later this week. But for those interested, this is offered on Saturdays and Sundays during the festival only and takes place between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. As usual, advanced dining reservations are highly recommended. This is priced at $67 for adults and $39 for kids. And I know that's pretty steep, but this is a 4-course meal that does include a beverage, even alcoholic ones. And this counts as 2 table service meal credits on the Disney dining plan. Again, I'll leave a link in the description below to book a table and check out the menu. Something that I love about Festival of the Arts is that it's extremely well balanced, and I think the best Epcot event for the entire family. Way more than food and wine, which really feels like it's geared towards the adults more. Of course, the park is filled with beautiful art pieces to enjoy, and the event reminds guests that Epcot already features a collection of great galleries that are offered year-round. But if you want to get in on the fun yourself, make sure you stop at the Expressions section. This is a giant paint-by-numbers mural that everyone can participate in and completely free. Another thing that families really line up for are the fun photo ops around the pavilions and World Showcase. You can step inside some famous paintings and have it captured by one of Disney's PhotoPass photographers. It's a great thing to do if you have Memory Maker or an annual pass holder. And little ones, or the young at heart, you can always participate in the Brush with the Masters scavenger hunt. Figment is hidden inside some iconic paintings around World Showcase, and you have to go around and find him. After completing your scavenger hunt, you can redeem your map for a prize, which this year is a little puzzle. But if all of that is still not enough for you, a hands-on workshop may be the best option for those who are truly creative. Since the Epcot experience has completely taken over the Odyssey, there is no official festival center. And that means the number of workshops and seminars have been reduced this year. But the most popular ones are still coming back. If you want to do something for free, there is the Animation Academy, which is extremely popular. Now for 2020, this has moved to the American Gardens Theater and will only take place twice a day, at 12:30 and 1:30 p.m. But given that it's a much larger space, it should be able to accommodate a good number of people. This year, there are 4 different paid-for workshops that will be held at the Showplace Plaza Pavilion between Canada and the UK. These are the Ink and Paint seminars, 3D paper crafting, gesture drawing techniques, and Animation 101, Flipbook Fundamentals. Now, these are not offered every day. Each workshop is offered on select days of the week. But don't worry, again, I've got a link down in the description below. Last year, I did the Ink and Paint workshop, and I highly recommend it to those interested in the old school process of animation. These workshops are priced at $45 per person, and again, booking ahead is highly recommended. But if creating the artwork yourself is not really your forte, remember that Epcot is packed full of market booths with Disney artists showcasing and selling their work. If you're looking for that unique item to go up on the wall at home, this is certainly the event for you. And you'll also find several booths with artists selling non-Disney work as well. Last year I found this fantastic Freddie Mercury piece. So don't worry if you think you're only going to find paintings of Mickey and Figment. There's a really surprising range of pieces here. If you want to get an idea of who will be participating in the event this year and sample their work, I've got this great guide provided by Disney, which lists who will be at the festival. And here's an extra tip. I personally like to check when my favorite artists will be attending the festival. I take a look at Disney's list, and then I try to reach out to them on social media or via their website to see exactly what days and times they'll be at their booth. It's a great way to get your favorite print signed by your favorite artist. Now, the final and most important aspect of Festival of the Arts is entertainment, believe it or not. Of all the Epcot festivals, this is the one that features the most unique shows. Now, of course, the crown jewel and best element of the festival is the Disney on Broadway concert series. But there are several small-scale shows that are just as great to watch during the day. One of my favorites is visual art in performance. This is when an acclaimed Disney artist takes to the stage and to the beat of some tunes, creates a masterful painting in just minutes. It's a great way to see the process sped up. Now, usually this takes place at the Fountain View stage, but as you know, this has been completely demolished now. Now, I've recorded this episode before attending, so I'm not quite sure yet where this will be located. But my guess will be that it's at the front of World Showcase Lagoon. Visual art and performance usually only takes place twice a day, at 12 noon and 4 p.m. And this is only offered on the weekends from Friday to Monday. Another great small-scale show is Art Defying Gravity, where acrobats defy the laws of physics and show off their strength and flexibility. This is another show that I'm not sure yet on the location, because again, it used to be at the Fountain View stage. I'll recap these details in my review video coming this Tuesday. But this takes place daily throughout the event and usually 4 times a day between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. But like I said, the star of the event is the Disney on Broadway concert. When this festival debuted back in 2017, I remember loving this show and thinking this is the main reason to check out Festival of the Arts. Now, I'm a creative soul, so the visual art itself hooked me. And I find that the food dishes rival events like Food and Wine and Flower and Garden. But as if that wasn't enough, I remember feeling that this was the icing on the cake. The concert now takes place all 7 days of the week, and every night there's a different rotation of performers who sing classic Broadway hits. Last year, I got to enjoy Kevin Massey, who played Tarzan on Broadway and sang a beautiful rendition of Out There from Hunchback. He was paired with Carrie Butler, a fantastic Broadway star who originated the role of Penny in the hit musical Hairspray, and who will soon appear in the new Beetlejuice musical. But in the world of Disney on Broadway, Butler was most known for playing Belle in Beauty and the Beast. The concert takes place 3 times a night at the American Gardens Theater at 5:30, 6:45, and 8 p.m. Unlike Flower and Garden and Food and Wine, this is a must-see for any Disney fan. Now the good news is that since this festival is still relatively new and not as busy as the others, it's still pretty easy to get a seat to this concert. But as with most shows, the last performance of the night is the easiest to score a seat to. Now for those of you who are really keen, you can get a dining package that comes with reserved seats to the show. However, it's only offered at 4 specific restaurants. And that's Garden Grill in the Land, Coral Reef Restaurant at the Seas, Beer Garden in Germany, and the Rose and Crown Pub in the UK. These are not my particular favorites, but if you're doing a character breakfast, for example, at Garden Grill, the subtle upcharge for the package is definitely worth it. For those on the Disney dining plan, this counts as 2 table service meal credits, no matter which restaurant you choose. Annual pass holders can receive a 10% discount on these dining packages, and don't forget to pick up your complimentary Mickey magnet at the new temporary Mouse Gear, which is located in Future World East right by Mission Space. So there you have it, friends, my quick and complete guide to the 2020 Epcot Festival of the Arts. Of all the Epcot events, this one is simply perfect. It's just the right size and not too overwhelming that it takes away from the regular Epcot offerings. And it's wonderfully balanced across the board. It's the best lineup of merchandise because let's face it, where else can you get such stunning artwork? Filled with delicious food and stellar entertainment. If you're attending the event this year, make sure you head on over to beyondthekingdoms.com to sign up for my free pocket guide. It's filled with everything you need to know when attending the festival. Complete menus for the food studios, a schedule of entertainment, and some top tips to best enjoy it all. Once again, I want to give a special thank you to Small World Vacations for sponsoring this week's video. If you're looking to book a trip to Disney World this year, I highly recommend them. They have some killer discounts and promos going on right now. But until next time, thank you so much for watching, and remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.